Hello, you're keeping well? We're having a good week so far. If you're new to the channel, do subscribe. It takes 2 seconds to do so. Really do appreciate it. A lot of people watch this actually will be people that have been viewing the channel for ages but just aren't subscribers. So if you can, just double check and click subscribe. Really appreciate it. Also hit the like button because it helps us to reach an audience, and that's what we want to be doing. Obviously, continue to grow the channel. We really appreciate it. It's a little bit of a moan this morning, I've got to be honest. Just, being a West Ham fan at the moment, I just feel like it's a little bit of a tendency to be the case, isn't it? Especially during this summer, it's just been, so far, a little bit frustrating. It feels like things are very slow at the moment. At West Ham, I think have missed an opportunity here. Or I won't say missed an opportunity, I feel like they've just got the message wrong once again. I feel like the message from the club this summer has always, they've just been continually getting it wrong. All we keep hearing every day from talk unofficial leaks from the football club, so they're effectively sending the message out, but rather than the official website channels, they do it via the likes of X and all the ITKs and people like that, Gonzo, etc. Sean Whetstone and people like that. And basically it's the continual message of we're skint, we need to sell. And I've moaned about it enough on here, I don't want to keep going over it, but it's basically been a daily message, a daily reminder. We need to sell, we've got no money, we're skint. And it just winds up the fan base, it winds everybody up. We don't need to keep hearing it. I've said it so many times before, I don't know why they feel the need to keep saying it. I don't understand, because I don't see other clubs doing it. I don't see other clubs screaming and shouting about how skint they are. All I do see though is clubs that are struggling with financial issues in terms of PSR rules, Aston Villa being the one, are actually working at ways to get round it. That Aston Villa now, it was I saw in the news yesterday, are looking to sell their women's team off. Don't expect me to explain how it all works in terms of how it bends the rules in terms of PSR. There'll be people that understand it far better than I do, but basically Chelsea did this, and it's basically a way that they can then inject additional revenue into the club so they can go about their business this summer. Now, not to say that it's right or wrong, who cares, but I like the fact these clubs are going, well, we're going to try and work our way around it and try and find these loopholes. And I've always admired Chelsea for it, although I think Chelsea ownership can be a little bit chaotic a little bit at times and a little bit risk-taking. At least they try to find ways to do it. West Ham just feel like all we do is moan and complain as if like, oh, look at us poor West Ham. It's like, well, other clubs aren't moaning and complaining, they're just getting on with it. And yesterday, basically, we had a sort of official release, wasn't it, of a statement from Karen Brady. If you haven't seen it, it's on the official website. It's worth a read, but I would say do so because sort of, be prepared to be a little bit annoyed by what you're going to read. Because basically, when it comes to, she's come to talking about the summer transfer business, and I felt this was an opportunity, because this is one message they've not ever said once this summer, any of the ownership, which I'm finding really frustrating, is they're going to back Graham Potter. They never say it. They never say, we're going to back Graham Potter, we're going to Graham Potter, acknowledge the fact that this is a really big summer ahead. They just seem to be dismissing that all the time. So what she's done is, she was asked, she basically, the way she's done it is, and I know the reasons why as well, I get the feeling I know why she's put this statement out. And I think it's a lot to do with the fact that we've got a big fan survey coming up that we're doing at the moment, the club that we're running. I'm involved in it. I'm not running it myself, but I will come to that in another video and talk about it in a bit more detail. We're going to get Ironworks Alliance on and people like that, and we'll talk about it a little bit more detail. But what I'll do is I'm going to put the link to the survey in this video below. So go and check it out, go and fill it out. I think at the moment we're over 7,000 people that have undertaken the survey so far, which is fantastic. We want to get up to about 10, 15,000 if we can. Just really send that message strong to the club. And basically it's regarding the running of the club and focusing a lot on the stadium, the match day experience of the club. So basically, but I feel like what the club have done is they know that they're very aware of this survey's coming. They've actually seen it before. They were sort of preempted before it went out. And I get the feeling that this statement from Karen Brady is in relation to that. I think that it's to try and say, well, I'm going to answer a few of these questions early to try and get rid of some sort of big points that are going to come her way from the fan base. It's just wound me up. It's wound me right up, especially when I'm not going to focus on the stadium in this video. I'm talking about transfers. And basically, like I say, other clubs are going about their business and they're working ways around to how they can maximise the situation that they're in and try and better it, so then they can go and have a more successful summer and strengthen their squads. And once again, it's just like, Karen Brady's had the opportunity here to come out and say, look, we're working really hard, we're going to really back Graham Potter, we've got a big summer ahead, we acknowledge it. I think if she'd come out and said something like that, I think you could go, okay, well, at least there's that acknowledgement. But once again, no, it's all secrets and like, well, we can't reveal anything, we can't talk about budgets, we can't talk about anything because it would give away too much. It's like, Fans, that we don't need to know figures, Karen. We don't need to know the ins and outs of everything. What would be nice is to just know that our manager is being backed, that the club are going to be looking to really kick on this summer and really trying to strengthen our squad ahead of a really big season. But no, totally missed the opportunity. And to be honest with you, I just feel like another kick, that's how it felt to me anyway. And look, I'm not saying it was intended to wind people up, but it's just like, they're just so tone deaf, aren't they, at times, this football club? I want to say at times, pretty much all the time. And it's frustrating me. And then it brings me on to the other piece of news that's came out, and I think it came from Knees Up Mother Brown. So I haven't had this from X, so I haven't had it all confirmed and verified or anything like that. But it's not surprising me that basically that the ownership now have set deadlines on selling certain players, right? They've put deadlines on selling 3 key players. I think it's Naifa Gerd, Mohamed Kudus, Edson Alvarez. As they're seen as players that are obviously of relative value, significant value, they can sell this summer. And the reports are that if they don't hit those deadlines, if the deadline passes, then the ownership are going to inject money into the football club so that we can kick on this summer, right? Why don't they just do that anyway? What's stopping them from doing that? Why have you got to set deadlines to go, well, hang on, we'll wait, and then we'll wait till we get to the last minute, and then we'll throw some money at them? I just, honest to God, this poxy ownership, honestly, the lack of ambition is painful. Again, I just think they ain't got a fucking clue what they're doing, do they? They really don't. Like, if you're that bothered, if that's the intention, right? If the intention is that you're going, if it passes a certain date, you're going to go, right, okay, panic, we're going to put some money in. Why don't you just put the money in now? Why don't you just show the fans and show the ambition of the football club? Go, do you know what? We want to have a good summer this summer. Here's the money. Go on, Graham. Here you go to Carl McCauley. Go and get the players in. And while that's going on, we're going to work on selling these players as well. I just don't understand it. I really don't. Because apparently as well, the message was that they see us as relegation candidates this season, which is right. I'm not dismissing that. I mean, if you look at our squad, look how bad we were last season, that's correct. There's no denying that. You can't say that we're not. We need to strengthen. So if they're acknowledging that, if they're saying, well, we think that we're relegation candidates with the squad that we've got, why the hell would you then set deadlines to sell certain players before you go and spend money? I just put the money in. I think we're the 16th wealthiest football club in Europe. I mean, and we're not. By the way, when you talk about PSR, right, and spending. And I know we talked about this previously, right? But the PSR position of this football club isn't bad. We know that. The football experts have already shown that I think we're in the region of sort of plus 80 million, something like that, in terms of PSR. PSR and cash flow are two different things. I think West Ham have a cash flow issue. They can sort that out quickly. Do you know what I mean? I mean, literally, you just do a whip round with the shareholders, just inject sort of like 60, 70 million into the football club, and then do it as via buying shares. I just can't understand it. Or look at what Aston Villa are doing. Look at what Chelsea have done. Why don't you sell your women's team back to yourself? Work out a way and say, look, I'll tell you what, that's what we can do. That'll inject some money into the football club. We can get going with some business this summer because we've got a really busy summer. But no, this, and it annoys me because it's almost as if they're trying to act like, look at what we're doing. As if like West Ham fans are going to be going grateful. It's just shambles. You know, I'm really disappointed, really winding me up. It's just never ending, isn't it, with this club? It's incredibly tone deaf all the time. Every time you ever hear anything, it's never right. They don't get anything right. Very frustrating. But look, I'm not going to talk about transfers at the moment. There is a few updates and bits and pieces. I think Tom might be getting a video out on Yedika. On Yedika, I'm going to say. On Yedika doesn't say quite right, does it? On Yedika, I think that there's a little bit of movement there, but nothing really massive at the moment, as far as I know. Obviously, I'll do videos as and when they come. I'm obviously keeping in touch with X and finding out what's happening, but at the moment, I'm certainly not holding my breath for any real big positive news, anything happened just yet, but let's wait and see. Let's hope for some more positive news, but yeah, another day of being a West Ham fan. Have a good one. Catch you later. Come on, you ones.